Why, hello there YouTube and welcome to a Revolting review. I am Random Ross and today I am reviewing Fresh. So this is a dark comedy thriller, but I also like to think it's a horror as well because it definitely does have horror elements. Well, very strong horror elements. In fact, I would say this is a horror film. So this is written by Lauren Kahn, directed by Mimi Cave, and starring Daisy Edgar-Jones and Sebastian Stan. So this follows a young woman named Noah, who online dates, and she's just out there on the scene. And then she meets this guy who's a doctor called Steve, played by Sebastian Stan, and he seems like a nice guy, and then next thing you know, turns out he's a nutter, because he is a surgeon that sells human flesh on the black market, and he also cannibalizes people. That is pretty much the essential story there, so I won't say any more on the plot. So, what did I like about this film? Well, this film was on, I believe it was on Hulu in America, but very recently it's just become available on Disney Plus Star in the UK over here. So it's on Disney Plus Star. We don't get Hulu here, we get Disney Star on Disney Plus. So, yeah, it took a few weeks for it to come over here to the UK for it to be available. But, yeah, what did I like? Well, I like the soundtrack in this. Had a very 80s vibe, and I like the score in it too. And I also liked the story and the atmosphere and the cannibalistic horror to it. Cannibalistic horror. Bizarrely, it makes me rather hungry. I won't lie. Especially with the meals they cooked in this, despite it being human meat. It actually did make me hungry. I know it sounds creepy and weird, but it does. But yeah, I liked a lot of practical effects were put into this. I don't think there was any CGI in there at all. If there is, then do let me know if there was. But yeah, I like the practical gore and the body horror we got in this. There's a lot of body horror in this, with it being a cannibalistic film. And yeah, I liked quite a bit of this film. I also liked our two leads in this, Daisy Edgar-Jones and Sebastian Stan. Sebastian Stan, he has been in many... I first knew him from being Bucky Barnes in the Marvel movies, MCU. I recently saw him in Pam and Tommy, and I've seen him in this now, and he's becoming quite the actor. I actually do like him as an actor. He's very talented in this film, especially with his performance, how he plays a sweet, nice guy, then he turns out to be a deranged lunatic. I like how when they can do that. I also liked our lead actress in this, Daisy Edgar-Jones. I believe she is English, and she put up a good performance in this. At one point I was thinking, is that Chloe Bennett? No, it's not Chloe Bennett, but good likeness to her, I'd say. But I loved her character as well, how she was going through all this terror, and there's even a scene where her character gets her butt cheek cut off. Yeah, pretty grim, I know. A lot of this film is grim though. I'd say you do need quite the strong stomach for it, and probably not watch it while you're eating. Another thing I liked is that it was like at first a romantic not a romantic, but like a looking for love kind of drama. The first half hour of this film, she's like on a dating app, she's meeting guys, and then when she meets, Steve, she thinks he's a great guy, and they're going away together. But then next thing, he tells her that they can't get there till tomorrow, so he invites her into his home, and then, after he drugs her, the title for the film comes up, and then the credits for the film, the opening credits, start rolling from the film. I'm like thinking, oh, that was just the opening act. So it had a very long opening scene, pretty much like the Friday the 13th remake. It had a long opening scene, and I was like, oh, that was just the opening act. So we got, and then I thought we got another hour and a half of this. So I liked that too, that it quickly shifted genres and then it changed and showed us the film title. I also thought, like I said, our performances from our two lead actors was just brilliant. The connection their characters had, the chemistry, and how she fooled him. And I will say, as I've said already, there's a lot of stomach turning in this, a lot of gore, a lot of, well, not a lot of gore, but a lot of it's implied. A lot of grotesque body horror things are implied. Also, Noah befriends another girl who is also imprisoned in his house, who they save. Also, she has a friend in this called Molly, her character Noah, who is played by Janice or something, T. Gibbs, and she goes on the hunt for her, looking for her, and ends up being captive. We also get another guy who is a barman, called I believe Chad, or is it Paul? Anyway, he goes looking too, and then he realizes, oh wait, he's in a horror movie. He's seen enough horror movies to know how this shit turns out, how this cliche turns out. So he made a wise decision in that, but yeah, didn't. But anyways, what didn't I like? Well, I didn't like the whole cliche, like thinking he's clearly a psychopath, he's going to drug her. I saw that coming from a mile off, when he invited her to his house and what have you. And the first half hour, like I said, I liked how it was a long opening scene, but the opening scene did have a bit of romance and drama in there, which I weren't expecting in this, but all right. There was some dark horror elements, dark comedic elements in there too, very dark comedy. But the comedy, like I said, was very dark. What else did I like? Or didn't like? Yeah, this was a good film. It's just about 2 hours long, and it didn't feel like the 2 hours. It flew by pretty quickly for me because I was invested in this film. But will I watch it again? Probably not for a good while. I might not watch this for a while now, but I'm glad I watched it. I'm glad I gave it a watch and checked it out. And maybe I'll rewatch it in time, but not anytime soon. But still, it is a good one. So, what am I going to rate this one? Do you know what? I think I will give Fresh. I will give it 4 stabs out of 5. 4 stabs out of 5 for Fresh. So there you go. That has been my review on Fresh. Have you seen this one? Let me know down in the comments below if you have. If you like this video, then please feel free to give it a big thumbs up. Share with your friends, and if you haven't already and you want to, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell. All my social media links are linked down below in the description, so be sure to check all that out. I've been Random Ross, and this has been a Revolting Review. So until next time, don't have nightmares.